Allison was alone in the secluded home of her late family. Inside the house, she discovered a collection of antique mirrors that seemed to draw her attention with their eerie glow. Every time she looked into these mirrors, she saw something strange, flickering shadows and ghostly images that disappeared as soon as she turned her head. At first she'd put it down to fatigue or imagination. But as the reflections became clearer and steadier, she sensed that something more sinister was behind it. Fear gripped her when the reflection in one of the mirrors began to follow her movements without repeating them. She realized that there was something inexplicable about these mirrors, something that attracted her but also frightened her at the same time. The more she tried to avoid the mirrors, the more they attracted her. Strange dreams began to haunt her. In them she saw dark figures that pulled her toward the mirrors as if they wanted to tell her something. She felt that something was unfinished, something dark that demanded her attention. One day, as she entered one of the rooms, the reflection in the mirror began to change. The shadow that used to be barely discernible became clearer and more threatening. She heard a whisper, gentle and ominous, as if calling to her. Allison sensed that the mirror wanted to say something to her, but what, she didn't know. Fear and curiosity made her approach the mirror again. This time the reflection pulled her inside, and she found herself in a world where reality was intertwined with the darkness of the past. There, inside the mirror, she encountered a being whose presence was unbearable. She felt its sinister power, but also the pain and suffering that the creature carried. Allison realized that this house hid secrets connected to the past, secrets that needed to be unraveled. She realized that in order to free herself from this darkness, she needed to accept the challenge and reveal the truth, even if it was scary and dangerous. Encountering this dark entity inside the mirror, Allison confronted her past and learned of the tragic fate that bound this house and its inhabitants. The shadow that haunted her turned out to be a spirit plagued by broken promises and hungry for redemption. With her courage and willpower, Allison was able to overcome this dark entity and free it from the bonds of sorrow. As she stepped out of the mirror, she felt the house release its sinister influence and the shadow disappeared. Allison left that house, leaving it in the past, but never forgetting her adventure that changed her forever.